Hey everybody, hi everybody. How are you doing this afternoon? This beautiful cold afternoon. Let's get these numbers up. If you could do me a favor, if you would click, tag, and share to some individuals, especially to your guys' page. Every time I go back and I look and I see who tagged people, and it's not that many, listen, I'm always like, I'm an informative type of person. So sometimes I need, want to go back to stuff and I might couldn't make it that time, but go back and send it to your pages. So guess what? It could be somebody else who might need that type of information. So listen, if you guys will do me that favor, click, tag, and share. Invite someone else to the video, to the broadcast on this afternoon. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. We're dealing with the month of February, which is Valentine's month, the month of love, I guess. All right. So but we're gonna deal with, some reality stuff on tonight. We're gonna deal with love and relationships. We're gonna deal with some do's and some don'ts in the relationship. We're gonna deal with some different perspectives from men, and I will be coming from a female perspective. But before we get started, I definitely have to put my disclaimer. How you guys doing? All right, we have Richard Atkins, my husband. We have my assistant, my adjutant, is Nikki Campbell. We have Sierra. It is Sierra. Okay. Then we have my daughter, my other daughter Sierra, my biological daughter Sierra. We have Tamika. How you doing? Frederica. Let's get some more people on here. Listen, if you are a first-time viewer, please let me know that you are a first-time viewer so I can give a shout out to you. Don't be shy. Hello, Jenny, my sister. Listen, click, tag, and share to some people that might be benefit from this broadcast. I'm telling you, if you're a first-time viewer, please come on, say something. Say hi, how you doing? What up, though? Que paso? However you want to say it. It's me. Okay. So we can get some other people on here besides the usual. I believe in, if you care, you share. Okay? If you care, you will share. So let's get some more people on this. Hey, how you doing? Hey, not Natalie. How you doing? Natalie, I gotta give my disclaimer. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, she called me Natalie. We know that you are a powerful woman of God, but let's give my disclaimer. Confidence Coach Sean is a certified confidence coach. This is not a church platform. You might hear we might quote a scripture here and there, but this broadcast is for I believe that the church has lost the way of the world to bring them inside the church, and they coming out hurt and they don't know how to deal with things. So this is not a church platform. Please do not add any person off my page trying to minister to them. God is center of all things. This is not a platform to judge anyone. To judge anyone. You have now entered the no judgment zone. Enjoy the broadcast. Conference Coach Sean. Yes, I am an apostle. Yes, I am a pastor. I'm a first lady. Come on. Come on. In the wrong with being a servant, I am too. That's right. So a lot of people, church people might get offended. We do have some people on here for all walks of life. Listen, so that's how I draw people. I'm a person that I attract people that draw them in. So please do me a favor, click, tag, and share to some people. Let's get these numbers up. I know they can come up. Some people don't know they're alive. Especially my sister. I know she's going to do that. So this is my disclaimer. This is not a church platform. Please don't add anybody on my page trying to minister to them. Okay. I am also a prophet. I don't miss. I don't miss. So I will go back to the people, and we have people on here that be able to minister to them, but this is not the platform for that. People have asked me to say that because they get people and they think it's weird. So we don't, I want to respect them and their beliefs. Even though, it is what it is. So I don't force anything on anybody. That's just the way I am. Okay. So we at number 9. We still do not have enough people. Go ahead. My assistant, please tag it on my page. I will receive the tag, and I will go ahead and tag some people from the church. If you are on here the first time, you're right. This is a no judgment zone. No judgment zone. We don't judge nobody. They could be prostitutes. They got my sister daughter, Deborah Ramos. God bless you, daughter. We might have some drug dealers. We might have some prostitutes. We might have some single mothers. We might have some people that are all walks of life and they need help. So this is why this is a no judgment zone platform. So you might have some people out here that might be angry, you know what I'm saying? And they need to find what is a way they can come out of the situation. This is what I'm on here for. I'm on here to help some people. That's just the way I am. So, a lot of people might not like it, but it is what it is. No judgment zone. That's right. Richard, my husband, no judgment zone. We're not judging nobody on here. Nobody's comment is stupid. Nobody's what they say is stupid. Everybody has something to say. I love you too, sis. I love you so much. And so, I want to give everybody a chance. How you doing, Tiffany? How are you? I hope you stay for the broadcast. It's going to be good tonight. So everybody got all talks of life. Not everybody. How you doing, Shay? We don't have everybody with all walks of life. So I believe that everybody is beautiful. I believe everybody's handsome. I believe that everybody has the right to be the best version of them. Be the best version of you. But listen, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Thank you. I do appreciate you guys tagging people. I believe that it can help somebody that's on here. But listen. We have some phenomenal men that's going to come on here. Yes, one of them is a bishop. But he's also a life coach. But he doesn't go by titles, and I admire him for that because I am exactly the same way. I'm the coach Sean on here. I'm the confidence coach Sean on here. I'm the girl Sean, your friend Sean, your sister Sean. This is the way I feel. So we have my brother Jamel Broadnax, and then we have my spiritual son. He's getting ready to be a healing coach, and he's learning from his past mistakes, how to heal from past mistakes. So we're going to deal with it. We're going to bring these two on. Healing coach Joshua Rich. And then we have Jamel Broadnax. Everybody knows Jamel Broadnax. We have that. They want it, they excited. They love him, Jamel Broadnax, because he give it to you real. That's just how he is. He's not going to sugarcoat nothing. He's a realist. And, I believe that, when you know person's spirit, then you definitely attract people that have a kindred spirit. And then we have Joshua Rich. He is a healing coach. Again, he's healing from past mistakes, and it has made him into the person he is today. And I had a chance to hang out with my spiritual son. When I tell you, it was an honor for him to hang with him, getting to know him, even though we were friends and spiritual son, but getting to know him and the love that he had for his spiritual mother. And I do thank God for him, because he called me during the time that I was out of time in Milwaukee. So we're going to go ahead and get started tonight, gentlemen. We're talking about love and relationships. You guys comment in the comment section something, questions you want to ask either one of them, or any comments you just want to make. I will post it at the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're talking about love and relationship, and this is Valentine's Day, Valentine's month, a month of love on February 14th. So that's why I said I kind of wanted to stick on this because we were getting some positive feedback from some people. So one thing I want to talk about, healing from past mistakes and dealing in relationships, and it could be last month, last year, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, or we ain't that old. But how to deal with that? How you doing, Shay? How do we cope with hurt? How do you cope with hurt? How do you deal with hurt? How do you um, apply healing in a place where you're hurt, but you don't want to? You know that we quote some scriptures that say it's not good for man to be alone. We know that, but not wanting to be alone, but to be in a healthy relationship, not a toxic relationship. So, Jamil, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start it off.
Okay. So the question is how, let me make sure I understand the question. The first question is how to deal with hurt, or tell me again. I'm sorry. I
Hurt,
wasn't listening.
and we get in relationships, and that person might not been the one.
Okay.
Um, and we deal with hurt because try to say hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
I believe when you're dealing in a hurt situation, how we know the best thing to do is to
Ah,
heal prior to getting into another relationship. But
yes.
how do we deal with hurt so we don't take it to the next
Gotcha.
relationship?
I think one of the most important things to do, honestly, is to start with forgiveness. And that includes two people. And that is, first of all, forgiving yourself. Okay. Forgiving yourself for getting in that situation that caused you to get hurt. Because sometimes we look at ourselves, how can I do that again? Why didn't I see the signs? Blah, blah, blah. But forgive yourself first, okay, for getting in that situation, knowing that you're human, knowing that, hey, you were quote unquote in love, or even in lust, whatever the situation was. Forgive yourself, allow yourself to be human. Okay. And then the second thing is, and I'm going to make it as short as I can, the second thing is forgive the other person. And I know that's not always easy, but you've got to understand that when you walk in unforgiveness, when you walk in unforgiveness, it's like drinking poison and
Wow,
waiting for the other person to die.
wow, wow,
It
wow,
doesn't work that way. If you drink the poison, you're killing yourself. Okay.
wow.
You're not hurting them. By not forgiving them, you're not hurting them. That person has moved on with their life. More than likely, they're not thinking about you. They might have the next victim. You understand what I'm saying? Taking advantage of the next victim. And let's not even, maybe they're not doing that. So, but you've got to understand as well. Listen, let me say this. You've got to understand everybody, and I know this is hard to receive, but you've got to understand everyone is doing the best they can
with the best they
with
got.
the abilities that they have.
Mm,
Okay, with the consciousness that they have. Some people, you got to understand, like you said, Sean, you said this earlier, coach, you said hurt people hurt people. Okay, this person probably didn't intend to hurt you. Most people don't just go out and say, oh, let me see who I'm going to hurt today. Let me hurt this person. Let me make this person feel bad. Let me make this person's life miserable. Most people don't do that. But that person has some trauma. That person has some
mm,
wounds that
mm.
they have not been healed from. Okay. So
Yeah.
you got to be patient with people. And just understand people are doing the best they can with the level of consciousness that they walk with. Okay. So forgive them, let it go, move on. Easier said than done. But it does, I'll say more later, but it does start with forgiving yourself and forgiving the other person.
Oh, all right, all right. That was good. I love it. I love it. So, Joshua, Coach Joshua, I'm going to ask you the same question.
Okay. Well, I would say from from what Jamel said is that you have to forgive yourself, but also you need to acknowledge the hurt because a lot of times people are not acknowledging that there is hurt there. They don't know that they're bleeding on people that wasn't meant to be bled on.
Okay.
And they're taking all their anger out on other people that's not even meaning to hurt them, or that's not even hurting them at all. So you have to acknowledge that you're hurt, and like Jamel said, you have to be patient, and you have to be able to forgive yourself so you can be able to forgive whoever has hurt you.
Okay. Okay. Shay, uh, I'm definitely going to answer that question because you said
Mm,
how do you heal? How do you heal when we are hurt by others that putting the blame on you? I'm going to deal. I'm going to Nikki. I need you to put that up, back up. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that, Jenny. It's way deeper than that. So, uh, Nikki, I need you to save that comment because I'm going to reiterate on that. Um, a lot of times we deal with trauma. We deal with trauma, and some trauma is self-inflicted. Some trauma is childhood trauma that someone else has hurt us, and we're taken into the relationship because we're dealing with this trauma.
right,
And when you're not properly healed, what you end up doing, and sometimes we thinking the person is trying to hurt us when the person has not healed from what they have dealt with. And what they doing is they getting with someone and hoping that that person will help heal them. A person can't
Yes.
help you heal until you want to be healed. Number one, until you want to be healed and you go seek help. See, the problem is we don't want to go seek help because we think it's something wrong. Some people might get upset with me for saying this, and some people because we have stuck in tradition and religion, and so we say, "Well, I'm hurt, so God is going to listen." But you got to get up yourself off your hind parts, and you got to go call someone and say, "Hey, do you have any resources for me to go see a psychiatrist?"
right.
People, it's wrong to go see a psychiatrist because you just got to
Whatever.
wait on the Lord. Now, I'm not dogging. Let's get this straight. I'm not saying that God cannot heal you, but what I am saying, what is the necessary steps can you do to get healed? It's a step to it. It is a step to it. And some people like to drag the hurt and they take that hurt because they think it's going to give them sympathy. Oh, I'm talking good. That it's going to, that people are going to sympathize for them and people are going to do the patty cake. Oh, baby, you, this is, and let's be honest, when you do that, you are now wallowing in your own pool of blood and you don't want to be healed. You want somebody to what's what I want to say? They want
Throw a
self-pity.
pity party. They want a pity party.
And then when we think about when that stuff happens, is what we do is we hurt people We hurt the person we relationship with, but we also hurt the people that's around. And there's other stuff that attaches itself to that. Now you got a not lion spirit. Now we're dealing with somebody manipulation spirit. Now we have opened up the door and the window to have a narcissist spirit. Come on, now this is where I'm going to deal with Shay. The narcissist spirit, and now we're opening up the door for that because we're allowing stuff to attach itself to us that we have not dealt with the stronghold. I'm sorry, I had to go there. The stronghold, and the stronghold is I was hurt from a thing that hurt me, and now I have to do all these things to get attention. Okay, so that's kind of dealing with Shay. Her name is Nyla on here. Nyla George. She said, "How do we deal with the hurt when the person how we deal with the hurt by others doing the same thing, but they blame you? That is called a narcissist spirit when they are blaming you for something that they did. I'm not here to judge nobody, but I'm just calling what it is. If you take desire and pleasure and what's it? Okay, I guess pleasure and blaming someone else instead of taking accountability for yourself, something is wrong with that. That's just cause you have a problem with accountability that you don't want to deal with. And sometimes it might not be that. It might be you just always on the offensive side, and you always get offended off of everything somebody trying to say that is the truth.
Yeah.
Fellas?
Yeah. I want to tag on to that.
I know.
I wrote down the question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I wrote down the question because I don't. Oh, you got it on the screen. How do we heal when we're hurt by others? I had to go find a resource, and I'm gonna share that in a second. But I wrote down some notes. So Shay, and not just for Shay, but everybody, it's all about. Sean said some powerful stuff, but it comes down to it's all about self, and she used this word accountability. It's all about self accountability. See, you're not responsible for what other people do to you. Because there's just mean people in the world. There's just bad people in the world. There's just, like Sean said, there's narcissists in the world, and a narcissist is going to be a narcissist. A narcissist is going to blame you for what they did, and you just got to face it. That's what you're dealing with. So you are not responsible for what people do to you. You are only responsible for how you respond to what they do to you. Okay, you're not responsible for what they did to you, but you are responsible for what you do next. Okay, you're responsible for that. And here's the thing, I'm going to add on to this, and then I'm going to share this out of one of my books here. If you are still focusing on the other person and what they did to you, you're not ready to be healed yet. You hear me?
That's good.
You're still focusing on the other person and what they did to you. See, you got to understand there's two sides to every coin. We're saying, so the question was, and I'm gonna just use for myself for an example. I'm saying, well, this person hurt me. How can I heal when they're blaming me for what they did? Well, I'm doing the same thing. I'm blaming them for, maybe they did do something for me, but I'm blaming them for the reason I'm not healed. No, healing is your responsibility.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to share this and then I'm done. So until you are able to take the focus off of the other person and put all the focus on you and your healing, you're not ready to be healed. You've got to get, let me get it in here. I don't know if y'all can even see this, but I use this in therapy. This is called cause and effect. Cause and effect. Okay. All right. You are still at cause. Until you get to effect, you're not ready for healing. Okay. You're not ready to move on. So what does it mean to be at cause? When you're at cause, that means that you're still blaming everybody else for the reason why things are happening in your life. I'm in this situation cause I'm in that situation cause I'm feeling like this cause. You're at cause, baby. You're not ready yet. Until you get to effect. Effect is reasons. Okay, effect basically when you get to the other side, when you get to effect, that's when you're looking at. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. I did it backwards, by the way. You're at effect. Sorry, you got to get to cause. That sounded good though, didn't it? But that's not the way this actually goes. It did sound good, and you can still use that. But technically, you're at effect. Okay, you're looking at the effect everybody had on you, but you've got to get from effect. So scratch what I just said about at least about this little analogy. Well, it's not an analogy; it's something we use in therapy. But until you get from effect, excuse me, to cause. All right. So when you're able to ask yourself this question, how am I at cause for this? When you're able to do that, you're ready to be healed. But until you get to the place where you can say, how am I at cause to this? You're not ready yet. If you're still looking at the other person, you're at effect and you're not ready. You've got to get to cause. How am I at cause this? How am I at cause for not being healed? How am I at cause for being depressed? How am I at cause? Okay, accountability. All right.
Wow. Coach Joshua.
I would say, you really got to focus on yourself and look at the part that you play. You
Yeah.
can't focus on the next individual, because by focusing on what they are doing, you're not focusing on yourself healing. That's what you have to do. You have to focus on what's in here. You got to get this in here straight. Because if your heart is not pure, then you can't pour into someone else, or you can't love on someone else, or be able to get into a new situation with someone if you're not healed all the way by looking at the part that the other person is playing. Yes, they may have hurt you, but what did you cause for that person to do what they did? Or vice versa. What did that person do to you, you know, to bring in all of that anger, all of that bitterness? Because if you do not heal, that's what's gonna come next. Anger, being bitter, not having a pure heart, not being able to talk things out and talk things through. You're gonna be so irate when you're lashing out on everybody, and somebody could be just talking calm, trying to get their points across, but you're lashing out. It's not good for
Wow.
yourself and the other person.
Right. Right. To Shay on this question, not really getting the how do you help them by getting their healing. Guess what? They got to help themselves.
Yep, self
We,
healing.
what we got to stop doing is we can't save the world.
That's right.
We can't save the world. We can't. I'm an all advocate to help anybody. But my thing is, do you want the help, or you just want or do you want somebody just to pancake you? And that is a big uh a problem, that sometimes we are babyfying people, that we don't tell them the truth. We just don't tell them the truth. uh Hurt transfers, you must be healed going into another relationship, or else that hurt may transfer to another relationship. Yes, it can. It can jump right into the other relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
now the person is paying for your hurt.
Right.
Absolutely.
That person is paying
Absolutely.
That Wow.
for hurt, and
That's
it's
deep.
not fair. It's
That's
not
deep.
fair. Now this person's
No.
like, what do I do? Every time I talk to you, every time I see them, well, it's like you have. It's like when you have a scab, and if you put alcohol on it, it's going to burn. It's going to hurt.
Yes, it is.
You're going to say, you're going to scream, you're going to shout, you go whatever. But if it's healed and you try to put alcohol on it, it won't feel no effect from it, because it's now healed. A person is healed, don't keep stepping back. Fully healed. I'm gonna say fully healed. I'm not saying that you say you're healed, but you're trying to get to a place of healing. What I'm saying is when you are a person in total healing.
Mm.
Okay. So
That's good.
somebody asked the question, Why do we return to? Why do we return to broken relationships? And that is actually one of the things I have on here.
Right.
Um, my experience, why I return back to broken relationship because I'm still broken.
Mm,
Ooh.
I'm still broken, and so
yeah.
I feel like broken broke is
Wow.
go together. Broken broke go together, and a lot of times when we return to a broken relationship, it's because we're still broken. Sometimes when I look at the person that, oh, I'm married now, but when I looked at when I was dating, when I looked at the person, I looked at what was in me that attracted that person. Am I seeing the same things in that person that is in me?
Mm.
Or did I rush into something and in hopes that this person can heal me? Or this person, or I can sweep the hurt underneath the rug and not deal with it. Fellas?
I would say
Um,
this.
go ahead.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle because some people are living through maybe something that they had to experience with a loved one, like a family member, maybe their parents, for an example. Their parents went through a cycle of broken relationships, and
Wow.
they never healed from that. And so they're just repeating what they have been showed.
Wow. 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 Wow.
So,
Before Jamel comment, watch this. Somebody said this earlier. Somebody said this earlier. They said, if you do not break the cycle, you keep
mm-hmm,
repeating the same experiences. That's good.
mm-hmm.
All right, Jamel, go ahead.
So, I had to take notes to keep up because it's
Right,
so
I know,
good,
right?
so much going on, and it's so good. But yeah, so why do we do that, as you stated? And that's the question that was asked. Why do we keep getting into, thank you, why do we return to broken relationships? And if we don't return to the same broken relationship, we return to a person who has the exact same spirit, just a different face. So technically, we are returning to the same relationship and the exact same person. And when I say spirit, I don't necessarily mean a demonic spirit or something like that. I'm just talking about the same energy, same type of person. But we do that because, and Coach Sean already answered this, but we do we do that. We return to these same type of relationships, Deborah, because we attract what we are. You attract what you are because
Mhm.
you're still broken, because we are still broken. We attract broken people. Okay. Um, because you're unhealed, we attract unhealed people. So you
Mhm.
you attract what you are. You attract the energy that you possess, the energy that you resonate in, the energy that you emit, the energy that you walk in is what you're going to attract back to you. You see what I'm saying? So in that case, since you only attract what you are, if a healed person does come along, now, a
Mhm.
healed person will come along, but because you attract what you are, okay, when a healed person and a whole person, okay, y'all still with me?
Yes.
I'm here with you.
Like my brother, I wish I had a church. Listen, because I'm feeling this thing. Because you attract what you are, if a healed person or a whole person comes along in your life, you're either going to run or you're going to get in it and you're going to ruin it, or you're going to get in it and it won't last.
Mhm.
Okay, you're going to mess it up. You're not even going to want it. It's not going to feel good to you. Why? Because you attract what you are. You're not whole yet. You're not
Mm,
healed and you're not whole. And now this healed and this whole person came along. You
Mm.
really don't want that. But it's
Talking
on a
good, sir.
see, it's on a subconscious level. You don't know you don't want it. It's a subconscious
Wow.
level, okay? It's something working in the background. So subconsciously, you don't realize it, but you're looking for somebody that will mistreat you because that's all you know. Subconsciously, you're looking for somebody that will not love you. Subconsciously, you're looking for, now I'm gonna say some things that may be triggers for some people. So just bear with me. We're adults here, okay? We're mature, all right? Subconsciously, you will attract an abuser. Subconsciously, you want, now stay with me. I know this might be triggering, but subconsciously, you really want someone that will beat you. Subconsciously, you want someone that will say, shut up, sit the hell down. You know, subconsciously, you want somebody to tell you what you can't do. You can't do this. You need to be, woman, you need to cook my dinner. Subconsciously, that is what you want, but you don't know it because it's happening at a subconscious level. So when you
that's called a Stockholm syndrome.
So when somebody does come along that's whole, that's healed, and that is treating you well or whatever, you won't like that. And it's just, and that's no offense, you're not healed, you're not ready for it, and that's okay. Okay, you need to be healed. Does that make sense? While we return?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
That is very good because I have been in some abusive relationships, and I have physically and mentally and verbally. And I kept asking myself, why do I keep getting into these relationships and keep giving them chance after chance after chance, doing it again and again and again.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. And again. Oh, baby, I just love you. I didn't mean it. And again.
Yes.
And again. And again. And I've gotten to the point, even at my age, it's not even this. I say the relationships, the ships, the boat, people in the boat with me in the relationships. Whether it's friendship, whatever. I've gotten to, yesterday was like a wake-up call. I've gotten in the ship, and I'm willing to jump off the ship in order to get peace.
Yes.
And that is the problem. We don't want peace. So we stay in something that's chaotic and toxic. It's chaotic and it's toxic.
Exactly.
And I felt that one.
I did too, sis. I'm trying to.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
It's coming up.
And we know it's toxic. And come on. You don't need nobody to rig a red flag, a white flag, or whatever. You know your spirit inside of you knows when something is from a past experience. And instead of you running like Forrest Gump, you stay in it because you thinking that it's going to change. What you have to understand about a zebra, it don't change its stripes. If it's a zebra, it's a zebra. It ain't changing. It ain't changing. It's not. And we jump into relationships with people who have trauma. Listen, I understand they may have rape issues. They was beat by their parents. Their parents might have molested them. Their parents might have left them. And the problem is we want to be, I'm gonna watch what I say, Captain Saber. And right. Thank you. So we get into these relationships.
I am Captain Saberho, by the way. I know I am. No. I'm serious. I've said it for so many years.
Wow.
That's been a problem for me. I've been Captain Saberho.
Yeah. And we take that. Come on, you are pastors. We take that inside the church, thinking that we can solve everybody's problem. I want to listen. Even in relationship. Come on. I'm about to get. I got hyped up now. We get in relationships and we trying to be the mama, the daddy, the uncle, the grandma, the wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend. Come on. And we cannot do all of these things. And we're trying to be all of these things things when, guess what? When we just said, you listen, only thing I'm going to be is your girl. I'm not trying to be a lawyer. I'm not trying to be your therapist. I'm not trying to be nothing. If you need help, then here's the number 2, the therapist. Go see that person. Then come holler at me when you get healed. Okay? If
Okay.
but the problem is we say, oh, they so cute. Oh, they got a good spirit.
But
Oh,
you don't know what they going through.
but wait a minute, it's not even what they're going through. The problem is we're trying to take on what they're going through, and we cannot do that. Especially what Jamel said: when a person is whole and a person is broken, you can't try to collaborate a broken person with a person that's healed, because guess what? Now the person that was healed whole is now broken because they about to lose their mind. They feel like everything they say, I gotta second guess it now. Wait a minute, hold up. I thought I was healed from this, and now I'm going back through all this over again. And now you're about to go crazy.
Going crazy.
I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm talking about me. I know I've been in relationships like that where I felt like I was about to lose my mind because I knew what I was thinking the first time was right.
Yeah.
I knew when I seen that person across the street, oh no, I should have gone by my way. But no, because you know how and the problem is I dealt with something I should have ran from.
Woo, Shondo. Sorry.
My God, my God, my God.
Woo! I should have
God
ran
Almighty.
from it. I knew something told me from the beginning not to get in that.
Don't even do it.
You know,
intuition said, don't get into it.
We
or
often
somebody who we broke up with and they got back with the person. Come on, you that joker was that.
Oh my God, my God.
And then you try to dress it all up. Oh, maybe they changed. It's been about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But they ain't changed. They still the same old joker when you left them.
Yeah. Yeah. We often run to what we should run from. We definitely do that. I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
And it's because we don't realize we're addicted to our pain.
Ooh.
We're addicted to our chaos. A lot of what I've learned, I hate to say this, but what I learned about most unhealed people is they really don't want to be healed, because the pain is a drug.
Ooh, like crack.
It's like crack. And if they get in something good, they're going to make it painful in some way. Even if it is all good, they're going to imagine that it's not, because they are addicted to their pain. So the healing's got to take place first. It just does.
I know, Deborah, I know we talk about a spiritual aspect, but remember what I said about disclaimer. Everybody is not spiritual.
Yeah.
So I can't go to a spiritual side where I have some people on here that don't know. And I do have a platform for that that's going to start within next month. But far as we know, it's some things we see with people, it becomes a soul tie. What they jump in, it gets in us. But we can't jump too spiritual. So guys, be very careful of that. It's not the fact that I want to leave God out of it. Trust me, I'm not. I'm sold out. Ain't going back. Whatever it is, what it is. But but the problem is, we talk about the characteristics and the pronunciator, and Jesus said, Jesus was, Jesus came, Jesus went. But the problem is, we get hooked on our preaching that we forgot the person that's sitting in the back who's reaching out for help, because the preacher or the prophet or whatever, now I have to go there. They not watching them.
Right.
They're watching themselves. They're watching the person that's healed already instead of the person that's in the back. They don't have no spirit of discernment. So I want to get that out.
Well, I'm glad you said that, and not to keep talking about that, but it leads to something else, and that is that oftentimes, and I know we're not trying to bring church into this, but I think this is important, if you would allow me to,
sure,
because it pertains to this healing thing you're talking about. Because you got these people that are in pain. You got these people that are hurting. And we have to realize too, as spiritual practitioners, okay, as spiritual practitioners that we are not qualified to deal with some things. Okay. Some of these things, these people need to see a professional therapist for. Some
Yes,
of these
sir.
things, some of these people they need medication
Yes,
for.
sir.
And we are doing them, I'm serious, we're doing them a disservice by pulling them around the altar and hollering in their ear and trying to cast something out of them. And can I tell you something? You can't cast out hurt. You can't cast out pain. You can't do that. Matter
No.
of fact, maybe you don't realize this. Some of these people are dealing with mental illness. Some of these people are schizophrenic. Some of these people are bipolar and
Yes.
have other mental health disease that's triggered by loud noises. Stay with me, and I will bless you. Okay. So some of these people, you're doing them a disservice because you're over there wetting them up, greasing them up, with enough grease to fry chicken for a homeless family. You're greasing them up and you're hollering in their ear, Jesus, Jesus. And I'm not taking power away from Jesus, but you're doing that. And some of that is only, you got to understand that some of that is beyond our pay grade. And we
Oh,
need
yeah.
definitely pray for them. Okay. Pray for them, but then send them,
On
refer
their
them
way.
to therapy. No,
And
refer them to a therapist that can help them so they can get healed.
Yes.
Okay.
That has happened to when we had the church on Franklin Boulevard, where somebody was trying to
Mm.
push their head back, want to be seen. But the person that we were dealing with was a schizophrenia person.
Yeah, man.
And we're so quick to call it a demon.
Yeah, man. Man.
Mental illness, you have to understand, is passed from generation to generation.
Yes, it is.
yes, it is.
It, again, what I said at the beginning, hurt that we're trying, and stuff is attaching to the hurt.
Yeah. That's it.
I've been there, because of rejection. I started lying. I started make believing stuff that was not there.
Talk, sis. Talk.
Because I was hurt.
Talk your
Because
truth.
I slept with nobody because I wasn't sleeping with nobody. Because I was hurt.
Wow.
Now, I'm one person. I have not had the best childhood. But, and I'll get to my testimony, one day. But because I was hurt, I, and my hurt led into other things that I was doing. And so they trying to, again, grease me all up, put water all over me, and trying to call out something that I can tell you what it is. You ain't got to do all that in the name of Jesus. Okay, let me tell you
Talk about it.
I'm going to tell you what's going on with me. I wasn't loved. I dealt with not feeling like I was loved by my parents. Come on.
Come on.
See? And so how is that a demon?
Yeah.
It wasn't a demon.
It's not a
I had
demon.
to get to a point where I love myself. I loved myself enough that it did not matter who didn't love me.
Right.
Okay? So that had to happen. I had to, so because I never been the type of person to sleep with a lot of men. I never got around like that. I just didn't. I thought something was just disgusting and nasty. I just wasn't doing it. But I had a problem with low self-esteem because of the rejection from my parents.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep.
You know?
We never know what people are dealing with, That's why we're still talking about the relationships, and that's why we can't judge people. I know we might look at people and say they dumb. Why are they dumb? They keep dealing with, why are they putting up with this? What's wrong with them? Are they slow? Or why she keep going back to him? Or why he staying with her? That kind of thing.
You don't know.
You don't
You
know what
don't
a person
know.
dealt with in their life. You don't know why they choose the kind of partners they choose. Like you were talking about your childhood. A lot of people I knew that, but a lot of people out there didn't know that about you. So we don't know we seeing the church face or the counselor face, the coach face, whatever. You don't know what these people deal with.
Right.
You
No.
don't know. So let's not judge them.
I like what Richard just said. He said some people don't need a right now scripture. They need a right now hug.
Right now hug.
Some
Like
people
that.
just need a hug. Some people have never been loved before, and they need
Yes.
somebody to help them, love on them, say, "Hey, you know what? I love you." And they be like, and remember my husband when we went down to the park, and this man, this homeless man, and he said, "Nobody does not love me." And my husband hugged him and said, "I love you." And before my husband hugged the man said, "Wait a minute, hold up." You know, because some people feel like you struggling with something, all of a sudden it's like, so my husband said, "No, I don't care. I'm gonna hug you, let you so you know that I love you." And when my husband hugged this man, the man felt like he was loved. And we man 3 months later, and he wasn't even in the streets anymore. He cleaned himself up, and it maybe have took is that one person to say, "I love you." That one person, that they don't know they could, that they care. So I'm not knocking anybody's, comments, and please,
It's good.
Deborah, I don't want you to think I want you to that. I don't want you to think that.
No.
It's just that we, I was told through this broadcast to help, and I can I be transparent? I've helped people as an apostle, but now I need to help people as Sean.
Yes.
Be transparent.
Amen.
The
Amen.
apostle preach. The Sean is a person who want to help people. So
yeah, that's right, Lindsay.
Oh wow,
That's right.
some people are stuck and don't know how to ask for help.
That's right. That's right.
What you think about that, Joshua?
Well, some people just don't want help. Some people feel like they have to suffer in silence because they don't.
But she said she's stuck, or that person, they're stuck. Some people are stuck and don't know how to be. And I think some of them had to be with being judgmental. That person's going to judge.
Yeah, and like I was saying, they have some people. The judgment comes in, and they feel like if they say anything, that they're gonna get criticized, or it's gonna be negative. They feel like it's not no positive gonna come from that by bashing the person or saying how they feel or speaking their truth. Coming from a Black community, they feel like if we speak our truth, or if we speaking out against our loved ones or the person we supposed to love, they feel like we damning the family. Like we not doing what we supposed to do. We supposed to stand and stick by our loved ones and stick by our family. If this person is hurting you, don't suffer in silence. You're only hurting yourself worse and further.
Wow.
You're not even healing yourself. You damaging your own mental and your own inner healing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You're damaging your own self by staying in the place of stuck.
Yes, indeed.
Stay in the place of stuck.
Yes.
Staying in the place of stuck. Stuck could be always chaotic. It's always messy. It's always, you don't want to get to a place of healing.
Yeah.
Right.
So make yourself available. You can look at a person and know that they're hungry, hurt. Just help. Wow. Just help. Just help. Just help. Just help. But there was some things that I wrote down about trauma.
Oh, good.
About trauma. But when you're dealing with a narcissist?
Oh.
Okay. Dealing with a narcissist. And so I was doing some just jotting down some stuff, and it said a narcissist is a person who has an excessive interest or admiration of themselves,
That's right.
who thinks the world revolves around them. And then
Mm.
this word popped up in my head, and I put down the word entitlement,
Yes.
to receive benefits or privileges, not having the right to something. Okay. A narcissist feels self-important, no empathy with people, feelings, belief, or superior. Difficult with attachment and dependency. Cocky, manipulative, demanding, blaming everything on you. Always, I heard you say this word before, Jamel. Always deflect
Always.
their blame always on the other person as if it was their fault.
Mhm.
Always.
And
Mhm.
watch this. We get into narcissist relationships. That's toxic. I'll call it toxic. That the problem is in the relationship, the narcissist is just looking for another victim.
Yep.
Absolutely.
They look for love, looking for a victim. They feel like I look at it, being spun in somebody's web, and now that I got you, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm like, okay. So, have you guys ever been in a narcissistic relationship?
Yeah. Absolutely.
How do
Absolutely.
you deal with a narcissist person?
I think you know what? I think the important thing to realize is that you cannot win with a narcissist.
Mm-mm.
You just
Mm.
cannot. And unless you are going to
Oh, okay.
just sit back and just allow it and deal with it and take it and just say,
Mhm.
okay, yeah,
Never
you're
said
right.
leave.
Yeah, you got it. Unless you're just gonna sit there and allow it, it's just you gotta understand it's never gonna work. So
Never.
you either gotta leave, and you're right, Deborah. You either have to. That's what I was getting to. You gotta leave, or you got to deal with it because a narcissist, unless they get therapy to bring awareness to their narcissism and get techniques to deal with that, they're not gonna change.
You know, and it
So
takes a strong. I would say it takes a strong mind to be able to walk away from that because it's not easy. It's not easy
yes,
because
Wow.
the manipulation,
yes.
the blaming, you having to apologize, not that person, but you yourself have to apologize for something that they may have
Yeah.
caused.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah. Because see, a narcissist will always make it your fault. You know that, right?
Joe Wheels.
Narcissists
Yeah.
are experts. They are expert manipulators.
Professionals.
Huh?
But they went
Professionals.
to school.
They are
They went to
they are
school.
they really are. They've worked hard because they've been doing this since they were children. They
Yes.
know how to manipulate. They know how to get their
Oh, wow.
way. They know
Yes.
how to get people to do what they want them to do. They know how to get people to accept them like they are. And they always know you're never going to leave. They know you're going to deal with this. They know you're going to take this.
Hmm.
They already know.
Hmm.
They've lived a self-focused life all their life. That's all they
Yep.
had, a self-focused life where all the
Yep.
focus is on them, and they're not gonna stand for anything differently.
Right.
So either you're gonna deal with their manipulation and control, or you're gonna leave
Right.
because you're not gonna change them.
Some people find
No.
it hard to leave a narcissist. I know I had someone to
Yep.
talk to me today, and they said it's hard to leave a narcissist because they are afraid of what's
Yep.
going to happen.
Yep. Let me tell you, you got to leave a narcissist when they ain't at home. You got to leave I'm serious. You got to leave a narcissist when they at work. You got to plan that thing. You got to be the strategic. Get
You
all
got
your
to
stuff
escape. Plan
together.
your
When
escape.
you know they're not going to be there, get your stuff and leave. Change your phone number. change everything. You got to do it because a narcissist will reel you back in. You got to cut them completely off.
And that's
No
called love
contact.
bombs. They love bomb you.
They will love bomb you. That's why it's got to be no contact because they are master manipulators. They will love bomb you, reel you back in. Okay. Their apologies are outstanding.
Yes, very.
Ooh, ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yes,
That's
Nikki.
It is.
Exactly. You got to completely cut them off. It's got to be no contact.
None.
yeah, that is definitely. So there's different type of people. The narcissist, we dealing with people who deal with trauma. Um, we deal with people being in the relationship, love bomb. Somebody said
Yep.
love bomb, stink bomb.
That's about what it adds up to, honestly. It starts off as a love bomb, then that thing starts smelling.
That part, that part, that part. So one last question before we end.
Okay.
Um, I wrote this down on Facebook the other day, and
Okay.
I said, be a reflection of what you would like to see in others. If you want love, give love. If you
Yes.
want honesty, give honesty. If you want respect, give respect. You get in return what you give.
Mm,
Yes.
powerful.
Yes. Yes.
What you
Mhm.
give. What you give. So I look at that. If you give attitude, you're gonna get attitude back.
Don't get it back.
Mhm.
If you always on the spirit of offense, then hey, that person either gonna just walk away or me, my husband know. I I get silent. We're getting too old to be arguing with people. Whew. It's a lot of energy. I look at it, it's so much energy
It
to
is.
out to a person to have an argument. Then they be mad. Then you can't get to sleep. You toss it and turn because you got all this negative energy on you.
Mm,
You got all this stuff on you, and then sometimes some of us next day still have that energy on us
uh-huh.
because we allowed that person to come inside and release that atmosphere on us, and now we like all jacked up. We all jacked up. Hurting is a process that tells the brain something ain't right. The hurt must be addressed. It can save your life. But what if somebody's in denial?
Absolutely.
Like I said
You
before.
know,
Right, like you said,
here's the
Like I
might
thing.
said
immune.
before.
Some people might be immune to hurt.
Yes.
Most hurt people think they're whole, by the way.
Ooh, wow.
They
Wow.
think
They
they
don't
already healed.
they don't realize it and they don't feel like they need any help, So like you said, people in denial, they don't realize it.
What do you do with a person that they don't know they hurt?
Okay, say that again. You said, what would you do?
If sometimes people will think they not hurt and they don't know they hurt.
That to me seems like they are turning a blind eye. They basically are not addressing what's there. They know it's there, but they're not willing to discuss it. It's off the table, like it's off the record. Like they're not gonna deal with it. They're not gonna talk about it. That's just like, for an example, if somebody got raped in their childhood and they got raped all the way up until they was a teenager, but they never came out and told nobody, but they know that this happened, but they're not saying anything, it's going to bleed over into their adulthood because it's going to start the traits and the behavior of what happened in their childhood is going to start showing up. So by them not addressing the issues, that issue is always going to stay lingering. It's never going to go away. It's going to always be there.
Yeah. Nikki said some people are willing to live in a
Mm,
fantasy land to address the hurt.
you're
My
right.
God, today,
You're
my
right.
God, today,
And
Nikki,
again,
my
it
God,
goes back
today.
to what we were saying in the beginning. People are addicted to their pain. See, you got to understand, a lot of people, they only know how to operate in a atmosphere of chaos or an
That's
atmosphere of,
narcissistic. Part of
well, no, that,
narcissistic.
huh?
I said that's part of narcissistic
Well,
because
no, not the person. I'm talking about a person that's hurt. That they some people only know how to operate in an
in
atmosphere.
toxicity,
I'm sorry.
they
Toxic.
only know they only know how to operate in toxicity.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So they only know how to. That's good. They only know how to operate in, as you stated, toxicity. They only know how to operate in chaos. They only know how to operate in a hurt environment. Why? Because that's all they've had all their life. They don't know
Right.
anything but hurt. Everybody that was ever supposed to love them hurt them. Mama hurt them. Daddy hurt them. Cousins hurt them. Grandma hurt them. So they don't know anything else but that. So who do they choose as a partner? Somebody that's going to hurt them because that's all they know. And then, if, like I said earlier, if somebody happens, if they get in a relationship or they get in a marriage or whatever with somebody that's treating them well, they don't even know how to function.
Wow.
It's like, what is this?
Wow. Like,
Yeah,
well, wow. So they can't function in none but something that's normal because they're used to being.
Mhm.
they're
Wow.
used to
They used to
chaos.
being in They used to being in confusion, dealing with rambunctious atmospheres and dealing with toxicity energies.
You
They
don't.
not used to dealing with that normal type
That's
of
exactly
Or
right.
don't know
atmosphere.
what normal is.
Huh?
Or no, or don't know what normal is.
Don't know what normal is because for them, chaos is normal. For them, toxicity is normal. For them,
Right,
being beat on is normal. For them,
right.
being sexually abused is normal. All of that is normal to them because it's all they've ever known. And that's one reason why we've got to be patient with people. That's one reason. Got to be patient with people. But it's all they've ever known. All we know is
Well,
hurt. All we
okay,
know is
now
pain.
you said something that light bulb went off again.
Okay.
You said be patient with people, but what if you're in a relationship?
Or marriage.
If you, depending on what part you're playing in the relationship, if you're the if you're the person that's always got to deal with the reactions, behavior of that hurt person, of that unhealed person, I know I said be patient, but it's probably just that that person is not ready for a relationship. So you're probably better off not being with them right now, even if you love them. Honestly, even if you love them, it's probably best that y'all be apart at least until that person gets healed.
How do you walk away from someone to and you that's abandon they're gonna feel like you abandoned them
Well,
if you walk away.
that's not your
If you walk away from them.
and that's not your responsibility.
Wow.
Your responsibility is to yourself and your mental health.
Wow. Good. That is good.
That's good.
Nikki said something. Sometimes people don't address the hurt because they don't want to
Their
their
facade.
facade to be exposed.
You're right. And that's why people need to get in front of a therapist where they can take the facade down and take the mask off in a safe place.
But sometimes I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here. Sometimes therapists may not be able to get through because a lot of times going into those type of settings, people are still hurting and bringing up the situation further to try to address it is going to put their back against the wall, and they're going to feel like they got to defend their position or feel or defend their hurt of why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, if you have a quality trained professional therapist, then you got the right kind of help. That's not nothing new. That's something that happens with every client. No,
Right,
nobody wants to address it. But
right.
if you are ready to be healed, it goes back to being ready. If you're ready to be healed, then you're ready to face your demons. And that's the mindset you got to have to before you go into therapy. That I'm getting ready to expose myself. I'm getting ready to relive some trauma.
Mhm.
That's it's a part of therapy.
Wow. Bad conjunction is not normal function.
It's not the normal function. Okay.
Wow. If a person does not want to get help for real, it doesn't matter who
That's
they
right.
see a therapist, is a coach or whoever, it's not going to work.
That's right.
Right. That's right.
He told me he told them what they only wanted to hear only.
Okay.
People, I mean, like, when you go to therapy, some people don't want to throw nobody under the
Wow.
bus, or they don't want to, expose the real truth. They only exposing what the what's going to save them, or what's going to make their image look great, not the other person. They only going to pretty much tell the good stuff. They're not going to really go deeper into the stuff that they really need to address. And that's why most relationships now don't work, because of communication. They're not really communicating things through. They're
Yeah,
not really
you know,
That's
telling
a great topic.
they're not telling stuff they not addressing stuff that really needs to be addressed. They skating around it.
but you know what? And me and Jamel had this conversation before. Relationships are not like they used to be.
Oh my
No.
goodness. Oh my
They're not.
goodness.
They're not. There's, some people are not being honest. Some people they don't want to. Back when when I was younger, you court, the man. He knew exactly whether if he was gonna marry you or not. He knew if you were gonna be the one or not. But now sex has become so easily. You rather give up the tail and then get mad at other reaction that he gave you because it wasn't what you want him to buy you a cheeseburger, take you to Arigatos? You just gave up the booty. I'm just saying, come on.
Exactly.
You put
Exactly.
yourself out there. Come on.
Right.
They put things, you put yourself out there. And now all of a sudden now you're mad because what your cause and effect was you put yourself
Exactly.
out there,
Right.
and now he like but it's not like it used to be where people are not staying married long.
You're right. Well, okay.
And I mean,
I'm gonna say
I'm
this about
guilty as
that.
I'm guilty as charged. I
No,
mean,
there's no guilt. There's no guilt.
Yeah,
You did what you needed to do. What happened needed to happen. There's no guilt. So, and I'm glad you said that because that brings up another point. Like Coach Sean said, you're right. People are not staying married as long as they used to.
and
But
I
but there's two reasons for that. One of the reasons is it's very negative. One of the reasons is because there is a lack of loyalty and commitment. People don't understand what loyalty is. They don't understand commitment. They don't understand that. They
no,
really don't understand that. Number two, but here's the other side of that. The other reason why people don't stay married long, and I know y'all thought I wasn't gonna cuss this whole video. Another reason why people don't stay married long is because this world is changing and people have decided they're not putting up with bullshit. So they will walk away, even if there's a ring involved. She throwing
baby, you
stuff at
better.
me, y'all.
If
She
I
throwing
have
stuff
something to
at me.
throw, I will
They
throw it.
will. Don't throw that at me. They will walk away. As in the past, grandma and grandpa said, no, marriage is unto death. I don't want to start. Oh, either I ain't got time to train another one. I don't want to start over. I don't want to have to start off. Now people are like, grandma's like, I know he's a bad man or whatever, but he paid the bills. Things have changed now. Women will get out there themselves and make it work. So the second number one is because people are not loyal like they used to be. But number two is because this generation has grown up and decided, I'm not putting up with crap anymore. I will leave.
And what? See, now you open a can of worms. I wasn't trying to go there, but
Come on,
then
bring it
now
on.
you hear somebody who's in the church community. Well, she's not
Uh-oh.
being submissive. She's not being submissive.
Ooh, almost said a real bad one. Ooh.
Being
Niggas speaking
that
tongues
word right there gonna
instead.
get a lot of people in trouble right there. That word
So,
right there.
Because
so
I'm gonna be
here's
honest with you, when I came down to North Carolina, because I am a Wisconsin girl living in the North Carolina world, and up north we didn't deal with that word. I'm not saying it was never said in church, but we never heard so much. I never heard so much submission in the South.
that's how
Right.
many people
For
are.
the woman to be submissive, but you forgot the scripture before that. It said, "Be submissive to one another." One
Right.
another. So I hear that a
Exactly.
lot, and I want your input on that because
Sure.
I hear that so much in the South. Again, I'm a
All
Wisconsin
right.
girl living in North Carolina world. So we didn't
Sure.
hear that so much up north. And I hear so much. I asked my wife to be submissive, or I heard,
Sure.
"That's my king, that's my king, that's my king, that's my king." And they
Stay
wanted
right
to
there.
be
Stay
okay.
right there.
Okay.
That's it right there. That is
I
your
have
king. Now, here's the thing, what you got to understand. The biggest problem is a misunderstanding of submission. Okay. Most people are viewing, and don't let me forget about that's my king. I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Don't let me forget it. It's a
Okay.
it's a thwarted, a distorted understanding of what submission is.
mhm.
Okay. Um, um, shoot, I forgot part of what I was going to say, but submission is not come walk all over me. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. That's not what submission is. Okay, submission is not be in control and I don't have a mind of my own. That's not what submission is. Submission just means respect, y'all. Oh, I know what I was going to say. We're unfortunately most of society, especially down south, like you said, in the Bible Belt down here,
Mhm.
people are viewing submission through the eyes of patriarchy. Okay, through the eyes of man beating on the chest. I am man. Hear me roar.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Submission simply means that we agree to respect one another. I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. If a woman submits to her husband, it means she respects her husband. She
Right.
respects him as the provider. She
Right.
respects him as the if they've chosen for him to be the leader of whatever in the house. She
Mhm.
respects him as that. But it's not control, y'all. And back to what you stated, and then I'll stop. You talked about he's my king. You're right. He's your king. But baby, you his queen. And if you pay close attention, the king don't sit here and the queen sit way down there somewhere.
Come on
The
here.
king and the queen sit beside each other and they rule together as a team.
That's right.
Wow. Wow.
That's right.
So if
Wow.
he your king, be his queen and rule with him.
Wow. 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 Yes, come on now. There's something I hear a lot, Uh, you know, I
Yes.
only been married one time, and it's like I kept hearing that, a lot of stuff that I was like, wait a minute, I know my mom, she cleaned up the house for my dad and she served them and stuff like that. But like here go another one. I'm gonna open my mouth and I know I'm
Go
getting
ahead.
where you know they said where the man eats first, then the kids.
Why?
I mean, we all gonna eat. So I mean, I
Nigga,
guess
nigga, if
it's a
you're
southern.
handicapped,
Well, honestly, it's a southern thing, because growing up,
it is.
we didn't have a lot of males. Me and my brother is and oldest brother is the first males in our family. Everybody like my aunts and my uncles, they had daughters. So when it came up to holidays and stuff, my granddaddy say, "Us men, we going to the table and the women gonna fix the plates." That's how my great grandfather did it, or that's how the root, like the tradition was. Like I don't know
Submission.
like I said, maybe it's a Southern thing. I don't know, or maybe they looking at it from
And
the spiritual aspect.
yeah, I think it's more of a they look at it as a spiritual aspect because when I was growing up, my father might be outside barbecuing. My mother was making the sides. Or if my mother went out to barbecue, my dad was taking the sides. And or one was, and there was one would be, my mom would say, okay, well, let me go ahead, get her together, get, Sean together, and go put her in, get a bathtub. My dad said, okay, well, I'm going here to take care of the dishes.
Exactly.
Now it's like, and a lot of excuses being said, well, you are the stay-at-home mom.
And that's more of a full-time job than what the man doing. Trust me on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot.
Tell that man to stay home for a week and keep the house clean, take care of the kids and all that stuff, and see what happens. House be
Set
looking
up
like
the doctor's
a
appointments
basket
and all
down
of that. Keep all the kids' activities and stuff going in line and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
being a stay-at-home mom is a tough job. They don't. Most men, that's powerful men, they don't think it is, but it is. It's a tough job being a stay-at-home mom.
It is. It is. It's a lot. Jamel, you got me hyped over here about that submission thing.
Come on, bring it on.
that got me hyped because it's just that I've never seen so many people abuse that scripture so much as a part of manipulation. And I'm bringing this out because I've had people that inbox me and they ask me these questions and they use the word submission. They say, well, my husband said, woman, you better be submissive to me, woman. And I'm like, this is and this is my input on it. You want to be the man so bad. You want to be the man so bad. Then you don't have to publicly or always beat your chest or beat your wife or beat your girlfriend or whatever to be seen. If you, my husband said something about, he said, if you follow her lead, Richard, help me out on that one. If you submit to her need, she will follow your lead.
Follow your lead. Yeah.
If you taking care of her, she's not gonna mind doing anything.
Mhm.
You can't expect her to submit and you don't want to submit. That's contradicting. That's contradicting. We can't say, oh, well, you do what I say, woman, and if I tell you to shut up, that's what that means. No. Some man power is sour.
Jesus Christ, that boy is crazy. Something wrong with him.
If you submit to her needs, she will submit to your lead. That's the
Not,
quote.
well, let me comment on that. You could submit, the man can submit to her needs, but honestly, the woman is trying to get something out of that. If you really look at it from that aspect, if you want this man to submit to a woman's needs, that woman is trying to get something out of that man. And it ain't like love, it's called manipulation. It's called manipulation. Some women, and I may stuck my foot in my mouth when I say that, but some women know how to manipulate a man.
Oh, most definitely.
Some women know how to manipulate a man.
Yes.
Know how to get a man to do certain things when they actually do want something out of the man.
Oh, men need to stop. Men need to stop thinking that their wives are their mothers.
You're absolutely right.
I tell my husband all day, I ain't Charlotte Braswell. I'm Sean Atkins. I can't. You know how y'all men get when you get sick.
They want you to be like their mama. You can't be like their mama. You only can be yourself.
You didn't marry their mama. I tell my husband in a minute, you didn't marry your mama. You married Sean. And so what you think expecting your mama to do, she's in Brooklyn, New York. I he ain't my daddy. Some of
Right.
these women be calling it, hey, that's fine, but he's not my daddy.
That's
He's
right.
my husband, not my daddy.
Right.
But an interesting part about that is that a lot of men, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of men are looking for a woman like their mother. And a lot of women are looking for men like their father. And
That's
that's why as fathers, those of us that are fathers, we've got to really watch how we treat our daughters. And not just how we treat our daughters, but how we treat our wives in front of our daughters and our sons.
right. Because
Okay.
True.
they're looking
That reflects.
exactly, especially if you're a man and you're disrespecting your wife. The children are going to look at like what's going on, and some daughters might take that, oh, that must be the
Yeah,
right thing to do as a husband and wife.
exactly.
No,
Exactly.
it's not
Exactly.
the right thing.
And
It's
love on your daughters. Kiss on your daughters. I hug my daughters and I kiss them every time I greet them. Every time I come in the room. Oh, I was gonna come up with he said something earlier about that too. But I hug on my daughters. I love on my
yes.
daughters. I open doors for my daughters. I tell them, they try to beat me to it a lot of times on purpose, and they laugh about it. But I tell them, don't open the door. I will open the door for you. Okay. I open the doors for
Yes.
my daughters. I treat them like the little princesses that they are, so that
Wow.
when they look for a man, they'll look for a man that's at least as good as
Mm.
their daddy was.
That was somebody who said something about that when I first came out here. First Lady Jean Sellers, and she said, does your husband open up a door for you? I see it from time to time. She said, no, that's not what I asked you. Does he open up a door for you all the time? Like I guess you would say it like all the time. And I told my husband, I said, why you open the door? I
Yeah,
said, why you open the door for me?
I'm
You know,
glad you said
and
that.
there's certain things that my dad told me, women are not to take out the garbage.
Absolutely not. Can I go back to what you said about the king and the queen?
Go ahead.
Men, are y'all listening to me? Men,
Get your
all
face
y'all
out of
down
there.
there. If you want your woman to treat you like a king, make sure you're treating them like a queen in every way, because this is a reciprocating world. You get what you put out. You can't expect your woman to submit to you and obey you and have your dinner ready, and you don't treat them like the queen. So that if you want them to treat you like a king, treat them like a queen. A queen don't lift her finger.
Mhm.
The queen does not lift her finger. She does not open a door. She sits on her throne and rules with her husband. She is her husband's equal. That's what a queen is.
Oh, don't say that one. Equal.
A queen
Equal.
is her husband's
Equal.
equal. She rules beside him with equal authority.
But let
And
me comment on that.
if
Some
you're
men don't
treating
think.
your wife like an underling, okay, who is beneath you, then buddy, don't expect her to treat you like a king. It's
But
not
you
going to
have some
happen.
men that do.
At
But I'm gonna be honest. You have some men that actually do that. You have some men that actually don't treat their wives or their significant other, they side piece, whatever you want to call it,
Oh goodness.
as their not their equal. They
Right.
see
Yeah, well
the
that's what I
man is
said.
here,
You're
and
right.
they see the women like right here. They don't
That's
see them right
absolutely my
here.
point. You're right. You're right. That is my point. Don't expect them to treat you like a king if you do not treat them like an equal queen. It's just not going
Right.
to happen.
Mhm.
If your wife is taking out the garbage, you need to have your head examined. Your wife trimming the hedges and mowing the grass. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's right, Tatiana.
And that's how I was raised. My dad, he brought the groceries in. He went to the grocery store. He did stuff. I've always seen an equal between him and my mom. I never seen I'm the man of the house. My mother knew how to
Yeah.
treat him as the man of the house,
Yeah.
because she was treated as the queen of the house.
Now how
Come
do
on now.
now how
He was,
do
huh?
now how do a powerful man deal with an independent woman?
Now, see, we did some of that because I am an alpha female. Has nothing to do with wanting to overrule or be seen. It has nothing to do with that. If Listen, if you're an alpha female or independent woman, you ain't made for the weak man. You're not made for a weak man. Because if he's confident in himself, then
Mm,
he would know exactly who she is.
mm.
But if you have no confidence in who you are as a man, you're gonna have a problem with her. But you walked into that relationship. Nobody told
Right,
you.
right,
Mm.
Nobody told you to get into that.
That's
right.
right.
I refuse, and I'm not talking about my husband. I'm talking about this me as a woman. I refuse to dummy down who I am to
Amen.
make somebody else feel comfortable.
Mm.
I know because there was a time in my life where I did have self-esteem problems. I did have issues. And because I was 300 pounds and I felt like, I'm saying, I wasn't attractive enough. I wasn't looking for my husband to tell me, even though I know Jamel will say this, where he should have, but I had to see the beauty in myself that if he didn't say it, I know who I was. I know who I was. I want to get to her comment because it's she said exactly so. When you don't have a male figure in your life to show you what to expect from a man, then you end up settling for anything. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. And some women might be upset with me. I'm not talking about this particular comment, but what I am saying is because okay, my oldest children's father passed away 5 years ago.
Mm.
Okay. Um, my my youngest kid's father lives in another state. So, as a strong Black woman, I tell my kids what's right and what's wrong. If he ain't giving you the act right, he want to fuss and holler, cuss you out, hit you, and he is not the man for you. And I tell my son, I have one boy, 3 girls, and I tell my son, you open up that door. If you selfish, don't plan on getting with no one. This stay single. This stay single, because no real woman, a real woman is not going to tolerate no BS from no man.
So ain't.
And no real man gonna tolerate no BS from a chicken head. Come on here.
Not a chicken head.
I understand chicken head. Because you got some women, and you talked about that. There's some women that are very aggressive. I don't, I'm not one of the women. I can't be aggressive. Say, hey, baby. I might joke, but I can't go out there and flirt. I don't even know how to flirt. And we have some women now. They let the man know, something like certain things. We'll talk about that another time. But I teach my 3 girls how a man is supposed to treat you. I teach my son how he is supposed to
Treat a
treat
woman.
a woman. But my oldest kids was raised with their grandparents. Grandparents matters because
Yes.
grandparents also is going to give some help
Yes.
in the situation. But
Yes, sir.
that's what you got an auntie for. So guess what? When you get your mother, and then when your mother, you got me. Because guess what? If the only thing he's concerned about you going to bed with you, he ain't the man for you.
No. No. And he's
Maybe
not
if
a
he is,
real man
that's
either,
all
to
he
be
wants.
honest with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
What did you say though? Oh, you said that's all he want.
No, I said if that's all the man wants in between your legs and your thighs, then he don't really have any morals for himself.
Well,
He
he
is really just want one thing, and that one thing is just hitting him and quitting and going on about his way.
yeah,
Yes.
he's not a real man. He's a boy. Okay, that's what boys do. When I was
Mhm.
in my, and no offense to anybody that's younger, but when I was in my 20s and stuff like that. Yeah, I wanted all the booty I can get. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't go to strip clubs to this day, because when I went to the strip club, I didn't go to watch the strippers. I went to watch which stripper was gonna come home with me. So I'm just telling you how I was, and I promise you, I gave them eyes, and I always took a stripper home with me. So, you know, but that's
My,
what I
my,
did
my.
when I was. That's what I did when I was a boy. Okay, Paul, and I know that I just got to bring this in there just to help somebody. Paul said, "When I was a child, I thought
Or
as a
as a
child,
child.
I acted as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things." So now I'm almost 50 years old. I understand. Next year I will be 50 years old. I understand, and I realize that sex don't pay bills. Good booty don't keep you don't give you peace, you know, in
Love
your
don't
home
pay the bills.
all day. I'm sorry.
Love, I said love don't pay the bills.
Okay. Yeah. So that doesn't give you whatever I was saying. But anyway, my point is it's more than that, guys. And I think he said give up the tail is a fail. That's what that's what Marcy said.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
It was up at the top. I wrote it there. He said give up the tail is a fail. You know, but when you got a man, there it is. Would I help you say it? When you got a real man, I had to tell a girl this. I told a girl this. I said, I don't, I do want your body. Let's just be honest. Sex is a part of relationships. Okay.
Mm,
But it's not the first person I told that. When I'm in relationships, I typically, it's one of the things that come up. I don't want your body. I mean, I want your body, excuse me, but I don't just want your body. I want your mind. I want your intellect. I want
mm.
your company. I want your
Yes,
conversation. I want your
yes,
quality time. That's what I want. That's
yes.
what I want.
Wow. And it's important that a woman, to me, I think that's the most sexiest thing of a man is to tell a woman that she's beautiful. Tell a woman that you want to stimulate her mind, and
Yes.
you know, you
Yes.
know, know her dreams, desires, and what makes her smile. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's the type of things that a woman wants to hear. That guess what? It matters what I think.
Oh,
This man
good.
want to know what makes me
Mm.
smile. He want to know if
Woo.
I get up in the morning, what
Mm.
makes me just that right there leaves a memory to a woman.
Thank
Wow.
you. And let
It
me say
does.
this, Sean. You
It
women
does.
need to realize that men are not much different than women. Y'all think all men want is what's between your legs. So if I can encourage some of the women out there, stop being so darn sexual all the time. You think that's all a man want? You think that's how you're going to get a man, and that's what the man want to hear about what you want to do to him? No, come on now, men. We all give me a mind orgasm.
Come
Come
on.
on, give
Come
me an
on.
intellect orgasm,
Come
okay?
on.
Because I can get butt if I want it, but that's not what I want.
Watch this. Watch this. Now you said something. You can get butt if you want it, but when you make love, then guess what? You already started pre. It's a pre-thought. I believe that's the
Yeah.
day. Hey, baby, how you doing today? Today,
Yes.
good today. Um,
Woo!
I tell you,
Shonda.
I'm gonna be home like 5, 10 minutes late because I'm gonna stop at the store. Come in with some flowers or watch this, women. And there's nothing wrong with giving a man flowers. Rose, give him some roses. Rose petals, kind of like dinners, and chocolates. So you know what I'm saying? It's okay. I believe it's the best of both worlds when he is giving her some act right, then she's gonna give him some act right.
That's right.
I believe that. I believe that making love is starting.
Hmm.
It's a start. It ain't just when you get to the bedroom. It ain't
No.
when you get home. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying? It's putting on that extra, lashes or that day, hey babe, or giving that little note and say, what the wife or the might be sleeping. Hey, I just thought
Yes.
about you today. Hey, your lunch is in the refrigerator here. I just want to let you know that I love you. Or guess what?
Yeah.
I always tell my husband, I've got up and made you breakfast. That right there was a
Yes.
start.
Love is an action word.
Yeah.
You got to put forth the effort. Because some people don't put forth the effort of love, but they want love, but they don't put forth the effort.
Again, love is not the way. It's relationships. Love people making love as a curse, and it's not. It's a beautiful thing. It
Yes.
can
It
be
is.
an amazing thing, but it's where you take it.
Yes.
It's the way what you put in it. You got to put the work in it. Don't
Yes.
put no work in it. You can't expect somebody to, you sit back and you chill and don't yes, just a little things matter in a relationship. It does. The little thing.
It do.
Little things,
It do.
little things. And it's not a lot. Man, I'm telling you, it goes a long way. It does. It does. I hope we help somebody on here. We're gonna be dealing with love for the rest of the month. But love is a beautiful thing, but it's what you
Yes,
make
it is.
it's what you make it. Start by loving yourself first. Start by loving yourself. But before we end the broadcast, I want to ask Coach Joshua about his business, so we can go ahead and advertise your business.
Okay. Let's see. I do have a apparel line that's called Rich Legacy Apparel. That apparel line, I it has my great grandfather has inspired me for it. Our last name, just Rich, last name, and I wanted to leave a legacy in his honor. So I started a T-shirt line. I have hoodies. It's on Shopify. What I'm gonna do is let me see if I can post it. Yeah, so I don't think it.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do, Rich Legacy Apparel, Nikki put it up there. I
Oh yeah,
seen
she
it.
be on it.
So I do have a Facebook page that has a bunch of followers. Not just my personal Facebook page, but I have the actual Rich Legacy Apparel page that has over almost 1,000 followers. And it does have my link to the website where you can go purchase the items. It's hoodies, it's shirts, and it has a bunch of other items that I'm coming up and trying to collaborate with. Me and Mama Sean is going to get together and try to come up with a pop up shop and try to get some things going in place later this year. So stay tuned.
All right, all right. And then Jamel, we're going to tell everybody about your business.
Okay. Broadnex Insurance Agency, and that's the main thing I'm focusing on. I do have the hypnotherapy and talk therapy. Of course, you can reach out to me about that too. But um, the Broadnex Insurance Agency. Actually, I got some very exciting news today. So I want to let you guys know this. As of today, I can actually write commercial insurance throughout the entire nation.
Wow.
For 26 years, I've only written commercial in North Carolina for the past 26 years. But I connected with a network today where they they help me where I'm able to actually write commercial insurance, only commercial. I can't, the auto, homeowners, stuff like that. I can only do that in North Carolina. But business insurance, any type of business insurance, any type, I can write that all over the country. So whatever you need for business insurance, no matter where you're located, I got you. Business liability, whatever you need.
All right, all right. And also, I'm going to say best for last. I am also a business owner, Queendom Collections. Queendom
Yeah.
Collections. I will be doing a few baskets, Valentine Day baskets. No, I don't do the cheap stuff. Okay, anybody know
He
me?
does
I
not.
don't do cheap stuff. I don't do no Dollar Tree stuff. I ain't going Dollar Tree. Ain't going to Family Dollar. I literally do go out to. I can name some Bath and Body Works. I might go to Victoria's Secrets.
Mhm.
Some might want a little bit of high quality perfume. I get stuff like Chanel and Be a Blast and Annie Klein and stuff like that.
All
But
right now.
I will be doing some um baskets, a few baskets. I stopped doing it for a while, but I also I also stopped doing it, but I will be doing it. I do also chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered pretzels. I do some cookies. Um, I'm learning now how to do the edible arrangements. Um, how I do the edible. Okay, the edible arrangements. So I am also doing some of those as well. So you can hit me
Awesome.
up on Queendom Collect.
I'm
You go.
sorry. Marcus need to log off. I do apologize, John. I looked up at the wrong time and saw that
Oh
comment.
my God.
I know, and,
Yeah.
and my husband must be asleep because he ain't responding to him at all.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah, Lord Jesus, be the Christ. Okay, so Queendom Collections. I also do stuff. Let me see if I can lift this up, whatever. But I did this one, just kind of dibble dabbled on this. Oh, maybe I need to move my mic. Hold on a second.
Oh, nice.
Where I did this something, this I hope you guys can see it. This kind of did this something I'm not really done with it. I take my time when I look at something because everybody's basket should never be the same, but that's not a basket. That's just something I put up there. But I will be doing just a couple strawberries and
I'm logging off.
he is retarded. He is retarded. So you see my husband respond, he must be asleep again. Lord Jesus. But we will be doing that. The orders have to be placed in, and Valentine's Day is what, Wednesday? I mean, yeah, Wednesday. So the order cutoff date will be Sunday. So if anybody he's retarded.
I can't, Nikki. I'm trying. I can't.
He's
I'm trying to
silly.
listen to the coach.
But I do also, I got Marcus, he's my first customer, but I also do a package for men. I'm letting them know that they will get everything, the basket, the chocolate covered strawberries, flowers, balloons. I will come and decorate homes, minus anything that's will attack me. But I do that where I also we cooking dinner. I might do I'm a good cook. Everybody knows I am a good cook. So
Yeah.
I would do dessert, all of those things. You know what? This fool.
Oh my God.
I do cook for Drika's on here, and I did one for her. They had steak. Yep. That I had steak. They had steak and broccoli, mashed potatoes. I think I did green beans. And then they had strawberry shortcakes. And then they had the baskets and balloons. I had like so many balloons everywhere. So if anyone wants to a basket or a meal, I can cook but I do a candlelight. I'll hook it up. You know what I'm saying? So you might get a little tail that night. I'm just playing.
Glory to God. Hallelujah.
So she said delicious. It was good. I love to make love day uh a great day. I believe in love. I believe in everyone should enjoy their partners and significant others or
Yes.
beginning to be potential partners or whatever. So as Queen of Collections, you can hit me up on that page. Because if you put it on my personal page, I forget. If you put it on that page, I won't forget. So this
Boy, that fish ain't gonna be no good.
You're gonna have salmonella.
Salmonella. I was about to say that salmonella.
They're gonna be messed up. You have salmonella for real. But listen, gentlemen, I thank you guys for coming on here.
Thank you for having us.
Joining us. I appreciate they enjoy you every time they come on here. So thank you guys for giving me or giving everyone your input.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I wasn't as much of a nut as I normally am, but this was a serious topic, so I couldn't be quite as much of a nut as I normally am. Okay.
Yeah. I do thank you guys for coming on here. Definitely will get you guys back on here soon. Definitely help people, help women, help men, help them all, because we all learn from each other. All right.
Well, I want to say this. Thank you, Coach Sean. Thank you for what you're doing here. Thank you for being this light that's shining so bright in a world that really needs this. And I appreciate you. We appreciate your transparency. We appreciate your gift and your ability. Don't stop, because this is helping so many people. We thank you.
Thank you so much. Look at Frederica. She said, yes, I enjoyed it. And I've learned some things.
There you have it.
Jenny said, wonderful broadcast. Nikki said, great broadcast. Thank you guys for coaching. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And all I want to do is just help people get to a place where they love themselves. When I feel like when you don't love yourself, you cheat yourself. You cheat yourself. All right. So see you later. Everybody log off. I'm gonna get the guest off here, and then I do the closing remarks. All right. So I enjoyed them. Thank you. You know what, Lindsay? You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I'm here to help in any type of way. If I can help anybody in any type of way, I would definitely is. But listen, I'm back now in town, so I might do a broadcast on Saturday. It all depends. I might do a broadcast on Saturday evening. It will be just 1 hour. If not, then we will see each other on Monday. Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., where we are here to uplift people. I am confidence coach Sean. Thank you for joining us on tonight. As I always say, pray for me as I pray for you, and together we'll watch God change things. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a.
I am me. I will never pretend to be another. I will never want to be another. I will not change who I am just to fit in. I am me. I am not perfect, but I'm working on myself. Working to become the best version of myself. I am working on myself to continue to expand my own self through my own work, in my own way. I am me.